I know that this movie is about the Joker, but for some reason, when it was over, I was the one who felt like the clown. Okay. Arthur Fleck is dealing with the fallout from the previous movie. He's in Arkham. They decide to give him a trial for the people that he murdered. He gets himself a girlfriend, and then they sing a lot. That's it. Joaquin Phoenix is one of the best actors ever. There's no disputing that. And in this, he does a fantastic job. And he's still so goddamn skinny. Ugh. Arthur Fleck, though, what I had hoped for was for Arthur Fleck to become our Joker. The psychopath that snapped and became the crown prince of crime. But they didn't do that here. They just made him more of the same, if not even more sad and pathetic. It's kind of annoying. Lady Gaga is Harley Quinn. I've said it before, she's a very good actor. She definitely brought it here. But it's just not Harley Quinn, man. She's kind of like a Joker super fan. What makes Harley Quinn a cool character is that she's a very smart psychologist, and throughout her sessions with Joker, he drives her mad. And then she joins him in this chaotic quest against Batman. If you're not actually gonna give us Joker, and you're not actually gonna give us Harley Quinn, then what are we doing here? Cosplay? Well, how do I feel about Joker dans la Peau? I don't like it. The worst of it being that it's just kind of boring. The acting is solid, and the cinematography and the color palette are awesome. Unfortunately, the story drags, and that's because of the fucking songs. I don't want to flat out call it a musical. I'm sure people are arguing about that. It does have a lot of music, but I don't think it quite qualifies as a musical. If you do think it's a musical, I'm not going to argue with it. And I don't necessarily think it's bad. I just think that the intended audience is very, 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 very small. And I am not among them. I'm not a musical guy. So I had to put up with the music. And when they sang the entire cover song. And for some reason, they sang the songs poorly. Gaga at your disposal. And you're not gonna have her sing? What are we doing here? It opened up with a fun animation. I liked that. And the first like 20 minutes, I was feeling good. And then they started singing. And as they sporadically sang songs, that song would kill the momentum that they built in the previous scene. So right when I'm starting to get into it, song and oh. The trial drags, and when you infuse songs with it, that drags it even more. It was kind of grueling to get through. Just in case you felt like watching the first one again before this to refresh your memory, don't worry about it. Because that's what the trial is for. We have an entire trial that rehashes the entire first movie. In case you forgot, so you're just sitting there watching things you already know. And then there's a song, and then there's a song. Listen. If a movie takes place in Gotham, I don't want to be sitting in a courtroom. I want to see those crime-ridden Gotham streets. All those people that the Joker inspired, I want to see what they're up to. I want to see growth and progression that leads Gotham into needing a fucking Batman. It almost feels like a punishment. Is Todd Phillips mad at me? The first Joker also isn't really the comic book character, but I was okay with that. Because they really lean into that idea of one bad day can make someone snap and become the Joker. And they show Gotham being a shithole, and they also have this whole eat the rich aspect that I really loved. After that, however, I want my comic book Joker. As a comic nerd, I believe that Joker needs a Batman. Batman gives Joker purpose. Imagine this. The first movie ends. Then we do a time jump by like 15 years. Arthur's in a catatonic state, being taken care of and studied by Harley Quinzel. All his followers and the gangs have taken over Gotham. And then all of a sudden, this Batman guy shows up and Arthur snaps out of it. And then just goes full Joker and then drives Harley Quinn mad. She breaks him out and we get full-blown Joker. Why can't we just have that? Come on. Instead, we get this weird, dragged-out, non-musical musical that could realistically just be a 45-minute episode of Batman something. The end picked up pace and some cool stuff happened, but then it got knocked flat again by some fucking song. There's something very specific that happens in the end too, and I think that is gonna piss some people off. But I kind of like it. Because first off, something happens. But originally, that's how I thought the first movie was going to end. So I kind of called it. Look at this guy over here. Anyway, I don't recommend that you see this one in theaters, okay? It's disappointing and it's a drag. And I didn't have a good time. Okay, see ya. Subscribe. So before the movie, I'm sitting there in my seat that I like to sit in, empty theater, and then all of a sudden, a group of rowdy teens runs in. They're yelling, literally running around, being obnoxious. I hadn't even finished rolling my eyes before 4 movie theater employees came in and kicked them out. They weren't having it. That's customer service. Let's fucking go. Fuck out of here.